All right. Hey, everybody. This is me, Patrick Delgado. I am the promoter of Legends Rise Southern Wisconsin Fight Night that's going to be taking place on March 14th here in Janesville, Wisconsin at the Woodman Sports and Convention Center. I'm here with my event coordinator, Heidi Van Kirk, and one of our featured professional fighters, Gonzalo Ponce. Just going to have a conversation with Gonzalo and see how things are going and see how his camp's doing and get some insights on the fight.
Thanks for having us, Patrick. Gonzalo, how long have you and Patrick known one another?
That's gonna make me feel old to say the answer. Well, some of it, I guarantee some of our fan base probably wasn't even born yet.
Yeah.
Like 16 to 18 years, somewhere around there.
Quite a long time. Quite a long time. I remember you privates with us like when we were first open, Gonzalo, like way back in the day. And all the OGs.
Over by the Frosty. Frosty Freeze.
The OG Frosty Freeze here in Janesville. That was Fearless One. Fearless One. We're at Fearless 4.0 now. So this place is the fourth location that we've had. But that was Fearless 1.0 by the Frosty Freeze, which was delicious, might I add.
I mean, I still use the takedown that we worked on that day, like a lot.
Oh yeah, one of my faves.
So before the camera started, we talked a little bit about this, Gonzalo. I was saying how shocked I am that you fight at the flyweight of 125. I mean, you look so solid. I mean, do you have to cut weight to get to 125? I would imagine.
These days, yes. Back in the day, no. I used to weigh like 118 and fight at 125. But yeah, these days I have to cut. Like I got a few more pounds to cut this week, but it's going pretty smooth. I lift a lot, so it does help me look a little bigger.
Gonzalo, you've been taking a hand at this matchmaking game too. It sounds like you've enjoyed that, even though you're working and training for your own fight. How has that experience been for you, and would you do it again?
Oh, definitely. Like I was talking to Patrick about that moving forward, doing all that. And I got a nice notebook now that I've got all gym contacts, and, I'm going to start taking trips out and seeing like, who actually wants to fight and how to be able to get a hold of them better. Because it's honestly, it's much more fun than the actual fighting itself.
To like make matches out of thin air, it's pretty cool. Like, okay, I had a person fall out this couple days before the weekend hit, and it was because he wasn't licensed or his license got revoked. I think he actually got suspended. That's what it was. And his opponent was all panicking and worrying about, okay, can I have a fight? Are you going to be able to find me a fight? And luckily by the end of the weekend we had another one matched for him. So some of those they pop out of thin air. We're like, oh, so I'm taking a little bit of pride in doing that. So it's kind of been a fun part of the matchmaking process, even though it hasn't all been like stress, but that part of it's been pretty good. Yeah, I mean.
So how long does the suspension last? How's that work?
I think for this particular fighter, it's indefinite. So he's got a mountain to climb for sure. But there's other suspensions that you can do that are less, like they're not as serious. Every fighter after every fight has a 7-day suspension, no matter what. They win in 5 seconds with no damage. They still have a 7-day suspension. That way, the fighter won't be fighting 2 weekends in a row, right? So every single fighter after every fight has that. And then certain fighters, if you get TKO'd, you have 30-day suspension minimum. I believe if you get KO'd, I believe it's 60-day. I might be wrong. It might be 45. One of the two.
Safety, right?
Safety reasons, yes.
Yeah, it's pretty important, right, to train for the fight and to perfect your game, but also taking care of your body. And do you consider it part of your training and your professionalism to know when to stop, to stay in the game longer beyond that fight? Or do some fighters just go for as many wins as they can and not give up? And if that means they retire early, they retire early. Is it unique to the fighter, do you think?
I think so, definitely. And I think also like their personal circumstances, because I had just had my first son when that happened. if he wasn't born, I probably would have kept fighting without that arm and just dealt with it. But I was like, I mean, my kid was there with his mom watching, and I was like, I looked out there and I was like, I'm gonna have to stop, because what if the injury gets worse and now I'm not gonna be able to hold my kid? You know, nobody wants to have that. So now since that fight, I've adjusted my approach to take as little damage as possible and keep moving forward, and not get stupid about it. Because something I've talked about with a lot of the other fighters and people that watch, a lot of guys that have been in this for a long time, we don't really care what the end result is. We want to go and have a good time. We want to fight. It's essentially a glorified sparring match that we get to share with everybody. So I always want to go out there and have a good time. Professional, of course, we all want to win, but unfortunately, there's always going to be somebody that loses. So, you know, when I don't care about the end result, I can be a little more relaxed and more fun and more fluid when I'm fighting, and people get more of what they're paying to see.
The way that you described it, does it make you feel a little more free in there? So you don't have to feel so tight and uptight, and kind of like I can't make a mistake, so I'm never gonna fire off. I'm never gonna pull the trigger.
Yeah, definitely. Because I used to have that problem a long time ago, where like in the gym, my hands were amazing, and then I get out to fight, I'm like, I don't want to get caught. But honestly, I would rather get knocked out than submitted any day of the week, because at least the knockout, I got caught. It happens. Doesn't mean he's better than me. You get submitted, it's pretty definite. That guy's better. Yeah. So it definitely makes it a lot easier to go in there and just have fun with it. Throw the hands out there and throw the legs out there. Shoot, because if I get caught on my way in, I get caught on my way in. Like, it is what it is. You know, as you know, Patrick, it's not who's best, it's who's better that night. Yeah. Because I mean, if people were following me because of my record, I wouldn't have that many followers. Like, I just make sure that no matter what the end result is, everyone can walk away and go like, wow.
So you're coming from Baraboo, but this is your home, right, Gonzalo? You've been down here and lived down here before. This is a really familiar place for you, right?
Yeah, born and raised. In fact, yesterday was down there, and I was revisiting all the places that I grew up, and, you know, reliving some old memories and having a good time, you know, getting my inner peace down and ready. It was strange. Like, I didn't realize how much I loved being down there until I separated myself from the work of training and, you know, having to beat with different people about different things. Just going out there and just having a walk, and then getting in my car, drive somewhere else and have a walk. You know, it was really refreshing. I really enjoyed being down there again. So I'll be down there a lot more often moving forward.
So this event coming to Janesville here for the first time, and I think Patrick says over like 15 years, you know, it's adding something to our community and our new facility, obviously, but bringing an event that I think we have over 700 fans already attending, tickets and sponsors. So you're investing by participating in this event in your hometown, and I'm sure there's a lot of pride that goes into this event that's a little different than other fights you prepare for with other promoters, or, you know, ways that you prepare mentally for, you know, the outcome and what's at stake for you, you know, personally.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot more investment in this one, mentally. I would say I definitely didn't have, like, if anything, it was more freeing to be able to do this event, opposed to other ones. You know, I've been able to work with Patrick and train with his team down there because, you know, we've known each other for so long. Whereas, like, other promotions, they probably wouldn't have let me go into their gym and train with them, because I probably was going to be fighting somebody from their gym, or I was coaching somebody that was going to fight for their gym, against their gym. But, you know, me and Patrick, we even have the same coaches for our jiu-jitsu, so, like, we've been pretty connected for a long time.
Yeah, shout out to Luis Claudio and Thiago Vega, man.
That's LCCT, right? LCCT.
LCCT.
Number one jiu-jitsu.
That's awesome. So as you go into the fight week, I think we're 5 days out now. What are some things you have to do to prepare your mental space for these last few days? Do you isolate a little bit more from people to kind of keep your head in the game, or do you just do business as usual and fight night comes and you go in Gonzalo and you're just yourself and you bring your best and you don't really get in your headspace too much?
I tried to do the whole isolation thing. For the people that aren't really familiar with how fighters approach it, I don't like it. If anything, it makes me more anxious, and I don't like that at all. I actually just like to go and have fun, have a good time. The week, if anything, the only thing that it changes during my week is I prepare a bag early. Like today will be the day that I get all my stuff together and put it in a bag, put it in the car, and it's gonna stay there all week. Otherwise, yeah, it's just business as usual. I don't change anything. I still train the same. I'm still gonna work out. I'm still gonna do the day-to-day things. I don't like disrupting my natural state, because then, the nervous system doesn't like that. It goes, you can get the freeze, fight, and flight response. You don't want that. That changes your performance. Like I said earlier, it's a glorified sparring match, and if you can keep that, it's more fun for everybody. It's much more fun than having a guy who's afraid to do something or throwing wildly and getting caught on something dumb that in the gym would have never happened. I see a lot of fighters just quit because they're like, it's too much pressure. And it's like, well, just be you all week, and at the event it should be fine. I'm gonna attempt to have a conversation with Edwin before we fight, because I like to know the people I'm going to be getting in there with. It's a very exposing place to be, in that cage under that light in front of everybody, and regardless of the outcome, it's like I got no hard feelings for the guy. I have a lot of respect for the guy.
I wish I could end it right there, but I do have couple more questions. That was a really good answer. Well, I can't wait to see your fight. You are the professional feature bout. Did I say it right?
That's right. You got it.
Those words, I had it spelled wrong. Can't wait to see your fight. Can't wait to see you in person. I haven't seen you in a long time. I just want to close out real quick with Patrick. What's different for you this week? The last few days going into the promotion, your first time. What do you think you have to wrap up this week to have the spectacle showcase you're excited to bring to Janesville and the Woodman Center?
Well, I've done all the work, all the paperwork, all the the logistical work that is required. Everything is pretty much wrapped up now. It's just the little incidental things. Like I want to make sure the t-shirts arrive on time, and I got to make sure the logos for our sponsors get put on the cage mat correctly. I got to be able to arrange for people to come and disassemble the cage, so that way we can bring it to the convention center and assemble it there. Just little things like that. It's just logistical stuff that I'm like kind of not worried, but just like that's what's my newest stress. But it's all going to be fine. I have a little bit of I will say a little bit of the jitters, but in a different way. Usually fight week is like jitters in a fight way. But this is like the jitters in a way that I'm like, okay, I have to make sure everything goes smoothly so the fighters have a good experience and the fans have a great experience, and make it the best show we can.
I think it's going to be good, especially your first one. I think you're well prepared, got a lot of people helping, and really good ticket sales for our first event, so I'm really excited for you. Anyone you want to thank before you say goodbye, Gonzalo?
Yeah, actually, I got one real quick thing. Before that is me and Patrick have been talking a lot, and like I said, I used to fight as a 118 doing 125, and I've even gone all the way to 140 as an 118. So anybody that's watching that wanted to fight, you're like, I'm too small. Me and Patrick have been talking, and we're going to introduce the male 115 division for anybody that's interested in that. So reach out to us, let us know so we can get you noted, because it's going to make we're going to look to make something that people haven't done yet. I wanted to do 115 when I was an amateur, but my opponents just never showed up to weigh-ins. So I want to make that a reality now. Like, hey, we're going to do this. Because this will be my last time fighting at 125. I'm not doing 125 anymore. I'm going down to 115. And I've talked to a couple gym owners already, and they think it's great. And so we're going to be working on getting some guys for that weight class. As far as thanking people, like I want to thank my coach, Projigo from Heisty Still Brazil Capoeira, Madison, the guys over at Aspirins in Madison. Like they really, really opened up a lot of avenues for my wrestling. I think Patrick noticed that a lot too at this camp, that the takedown's been relentless.
There is. Yeah.
I thought my gas tank was bad, but apparently I was just not realizing that I had a really good gas tank. I guess I compare myself to my brother too much, because that dude has an endless tank. And then, I'm gonna thank my brother because he's been like my number one training partner coming into this. That dude is tough. And then I want to thank Steven Hatsky. He's my boxing coach. He's been a big help with analyzing fights, films, and adjusting my hands for me so I get a little more snap on the end of my punches. Huge thank you to Patrick for having me on the team and bringing me on the show. Basically family at this point. So I love being a part of the event and being a part of the team and being able to continue with the event.
Oh yeah, buddy. My pleasure. I'm so happy you're here with us, and I can't wait to see you fight.
Any last words from you, Patrick? You want to take us out?
Just make sure to get your tickets. They're almost all sold out. All the tables are all sold now, so just have reserved seating. We're looking to hopefully open up more reserved seating, but that we won't know that until after the weigh-ins. So just keep posted on that. If you haven't got a seat and you want one, just wait for the time frame after the weigh-ins, and I'll try to open up more if we can do it. So legendsrisefightnight.com is the site, and I hope to see everyone there.
Speaking of matchmaking.